Hello, Praveen. How have you been?
Morning, Vikram. Been fantastic.
Okay. So good to connect with you after a long time. And as we discussed, today's conversation is going to be around how your experience of coaching has been as we travel the journey together. So let's straight away get into the questions. My first question is about you. What's your background? What has been your past experience?
Sure. I'm Praveen Chandrasekharaya, and I work as a senior program manager at Mozark Medical. My focus has been on the management of portfolios and enterprise programs for organizations that operate globally.
Uh-huh. Okay. And how long is your professional experience?
I have around 25 plus years of experience, predominantly starting with automotive, then telecommunication. And over the last probably 13, 14 years, I have been associated with medical devices.
Okay. And what's the largest size of teams that you may have handled?
I don't have direct reportees, but I have a global team with various backgrounds. I would say the last program that I handled was around 175 members spanning across Japan, China, India, Italy, Germany, Ireland, and the US, all three time zones of the US.
Okay. Interesting. So, Praveen, before you came into my program, and I remember you started with that 5-day program which I offered. So, what were the key challenges that you were facing at that time? And not only that, how were they impacting your personal or professional life?
Great. Nice question. In my previous past, I would say that I was predominantly looking for coaches within the organization. And what happened was their guidance was kind of largely centered within the organization. What could be done in the organization, how you should do it, what are some of the parameters that they look for, and so forth. This actually constricted my thought process to a very minimalistic way of thinking and very restricted to only within the organization or within that domain. And I was not getting something which is holistic, both with respect to personal as well as professional, on what could be the other possibilities. These were some of the key challenges that I had.
Okay. And how did they start impacting your life, personal as well as professional?
Like I said, since the focus was very narrowed,
Uh-huh.
I was not getting the perspectives of a broader vision and
Hmm.
how to probably look at things differently. I was
Hmm.
more like an operational focused, where it had to be done in ABC steps,
Right.
or it had to be done this specific way. So there was a lot of restrictions and boundaries laid across the various
Ah,
aspects of both professional as well as personal. Personal, I would say, because whatever is happening professionally is actually carried forward, whether you do it consciously or unconsciously, those things are impacting your personal life as well.
they do. They do. In fact, whenever people say that I keep my personal and professional life separate, I tend to think that can that ever happen?
No,
It must.
it cannot.
Right. Right.
One is influencing the other in
Right.
some way or the
Absolutely.
other.
Absolutely. So another thing that came to my attention was, which I've heard from many other professionals also, that when you are in that mode of thinking, so it's always numbers and targets and dates and deadlines. And sometimes that starts taking the better of you. Right. So next question is that comes is what made you decide to come into my program and then continue the journey?
Yeah, I'll quote your statement of here. If you truly manifest, you will receive it. And at that stage, was becoming more of operational, and I was looking for some level of leadership coaching or classes. And that's where I came across the offerings that you were giving for a 5-day program. and I said, let's sign it up. And when I signed up and found your way of delivering the message, I found it very impactful
Mhm.
because it was concise, it was very clear, and it had a powerful message for each of the statements or the activities that was done.
Mhm.
So I said yes. I think this is what I would was looking for, and I engaged with you for a longer period of duration.
So, what made you decide about coaching specifically? Because that was uh, not kind of something taken by everyone.
Mhm.
So, it was only for select few. So, what
True.
made you decide that?
Um, the coaching is something like I said, I had my previous coaches which are more restricted within the organizations, right? And with you, or I would say with a coach which is not bound to an organization, I felt that the insights that are given are more holistic in nature, and also very insightful and practical, because practicality was coming in from the various other domains, as well as since it's a very niche people of like-mindedness who wanted to participate. I think their perspectives also played a huge role in how a specific statement or a learning is interpreted in by various people. So that actually helped me out, and I said yes. I think there is value and there is a lot of learnings. One, it was giving more clarity to the thought process, and one second, it was also being made into actionable step
Mhm.
for growth.
Okay. Okay. So next comes is you mentioned about clarity of thought process and so many other things. So what do you think was or were some of your key breakthroughs in this journey?
Ah, um, some of the key breakthroughs is yeah. I think the answer is there in your question itself. The key things I learned was anything, if you look it up first time, sounds very big. Breaking things down to their smallest component, execute them consistently, make incremental improvements over time, and ultimately turn them into your habits.
Mhm.
And if you follow this rhythm, any challenge, be it big or small, I think it can be resolved or it can be solved. And once it becomes a habit, you can those challenges are no longer challenges, but it becomes part of your life, how you and easily can clear it through.
Okay. So as you started taking those actions and as you converted them into habits, as you said that, what were some of the results that you achieved in this journey? And again, keep the focus on both parts of your life, personal as well as professional.
Sounds good, Vikram. I think once you start breaking things down, you get greater clarity. And once you get greater clarity, I think the decision making is becomes more efficient, and you move away from some operational aspects into more a strategic aspect. The thinking big and doing big mindset is there, or I would say what they call as a strategic mindset is there,
Mm-hmm.
and it enhances your leadership presence as well. When you
Mm-hmm.
start
Okay.
thinking big, I think people will start looking up to you. Hey, um, the leadership presence is shown in the way you speak, the way you communicate, the way you engage with people itself becomes slightly different. And for if when you engage people, specifically in my role as a program manager and a portfolio manager, I need to influence people a lot.
Okay.
And the ability to influence becomes very clear because you are clear in your head on how thoughts should be conveyed.
Uh-huh.
And once the conveying of the thoughts is clear, I think the delivering becomes very easy.
Uh-huh.
And
Okay.
people, yourself as well as others, the confidence level is high in delivering because they know what the problem statement to solve is.
Okay.
Okay. Personally, it becomes, for me, it was a habit that was being formed by repeatedly doing this. and this influenced my performance as well. I would say I was able to navigate ambiguity, manage
Ah, okay.
various stakeholders more efficiently, I would say, and rediscover a sense of fulfillment in
Ah,
my professional as well as personal life.
okay.
Whatever I have said is still applicable on the personal front, because a family is has a various set of peoples. You
Ah,
have a
right.
bigger circle, you have an extended family, friends and circle, and if you are able to communicate to them that if you're able to clarify your thoughts, and people start looking up to you, they start approaching you for various things, where you can guide them. Again, not guide them in terms of giving directions, but I learned ask the right questions so that they discover it for themselves. That
Ah,
becomes more interactive, and the engagement is much better that way.
okay. So since you talked about people towards the end of this response, so the next logical question that is coming to my mind is, did you notice because of the change in your way of interacting with people, communication, clarity of thought, decision making, and so on, did you notice a change in your team members, their development?
Oh, yes. I think it is very, very evident when things around you start changing, because you have changed.
Right.
And you start noticing this very, very, very soon. Be it in the way people approach you, be it in the way people are asking questions, and be it in the way how you are interacting with them, right? So, some of the things I will say you is the ability to get things done fast. I wouldn't say fast, ability to get things done in quantum also,
Uh-huh.
right? Earlier, if you are able to get only three part topics done or tasks done, now you are able to get 10 tasks done, because the level of engagement has increased with your teammates. And again, this is observed by senior leadership.
Ah,
Hey,
right.
irrespective of the quantum of resource you give a person, he is able to achieve this goal or objectives. And once you start seeing that, I think your engagement, and you'll be looked up to seek your perspective, senior leaders seeking perspectives
Ah,
about you, and how things can be done. And once the perspectives are sought and implemented, you tend to gain respect in their views as well, in terms of, hey, this is something that Praveen could handle it. I think he can
mm,
handle a little bit better. And you are
mm,
getting delegated with bigger and bigger responsibilities.
mm,
And as you accomplish these bigger responsibilities, your growth is always there,
right.
right? The people start recognizing you, people start giving you the required position, be it in terms of designation or be it in terms of pay packages. So,
Okay.
those have been the change that I've observed around me.
Okay. So it's not only about juniors that you're talking about, you're
Yeah.
talking that you get noticed by seniors also, which is
True.
even more important for growth.
Yes.
Yeah, right. So in this journey that we traveled together, Praveen, was there any specific moment when you realized, oh yeah, I have something has worked on me and I'm seeing life differently?
Yes, I think uh, the discovery of certain things that can be implementable. Like I would say, I discover Pomodoro. It's a focused short sprint of doing one specific task to
Mm,
completion, right? That was a game changer for me, because there was no more procrastination. There was no more, I couldn't get this done. There was no more, I need more time.
ah,
And time was managed through focused execution,
okay,
because there's a lot of things on your plate if you're a global program manager, and everything seems to be important for other stakeholders.
okay,
But having things done in those stipulated period of time with focused effort was great. And you start repeating this focused effort again and again and again. So the quantum of accomplishment becomes higher as you excel this habit. So yes.
So what I've heard, Praveen, in all your deliberation is if there is one transformation that it's my interpretation, you can validate it or negate it. So that is that you started getting much higher sense of fulfillment in every area of your life. Is that so?
True, true. I think that's where I'm talk about holistic approach,
Right,
and like you say, and all the seven areas of life have been touched equally,
right,
and it is in an equilibrium, and that's when you get a sense of fulfillment. So all aspects have to be equilibrium.
right. So if you have to give a recommendation or give a reason to the audience who will be listening to this, it'll go on my website, it'll go on other social media. So who shall take coaching as one of the tools of development, whether it's with me or whether it's with any other coach? Who shall opt for it?
Very good question. If you are deliberating on having a coach, and you are not yet decided on it, I would say this to to those stakeholders or those folks. Coaching isn't about giving you ready-made answers.
Mm,
It's about helping you uncover yourself or your own.
mm,
For me, it created a space of reflection,
mm,
sharpness in my clarity, and it gave me the tool to grow both professionally as well as personally.
mm, mm.
Right? If you are serious about your own growth, this is a great investment and it's worth investing in yourself. Have a coach.
All right. So if you have to, it's totally about me, this question. If you have to describe the experience of working with me in a couple of words or a sentence, what will that be?
Right. There's a lot to tell about you, Vikram, but I'll keep it
Keep it
short.
short, keep it short.
I would strongly recommend folks to you. Your coaching goes beyond directional advice, right? You create a space of self-reflection. You ask the right questions and bring the holistic perspective that enables you to think independently and grow as a leader.
Ah,
So coaching with you is not only sharpen my clarity and strategic thinking, but also help me build lasting habits. And this has been the key for me to be consistent and very confident. So anyone serious about personal and professional development would benefit greatly from your guidance.
right. Thank you so much. I remember in one of the sessions you had mentioned specifically about your focus coming back to your own health because that was taking a toll at some point of time. So can you briefly mention about that experience and also that your children started enjoying going for a walk with you?
True, true. Yeah. So, like any professional, we all live in the cities and we are bound by the office itself. And if you are in a global role, I think you tend to spend a lot of time in front of the system sitting, probably right from morning, I would say 6:37 till late evening, 11 o'clock. And the energy to do certain things is not there,
Right.
right? And I remember, when I mentioned that I'm taking a toll on my health because I'm not exercising and not doing anything. I remember you saying that start with a 2 minute walk, start with a 5 minute walk, do it inside your room, do it inside your house premises, do it around your compound, and eventually it will lead. So this I think was the first thing I started, taking that small step, and consistency is the key. So I think when I started doing this, uh, people around me started observing and they also follow.
Right.
Right? And kids especially, they are good learners if they see. And
Right, right, right.
I think they
Absolutely.
also caught up on this, and I I intend to continue it further now
Right.
by seriously having probably a health coach as well
Ha, ha, ha.
who can ensure and be accountable for my health and
Right,
my fitness.
right. Awesome, awesome. Health is the prime importance, as we realize at some point of time. So the last question that comes to my mind is, if you have to give one last message to your audience, what would that be?
Ah, um, I would say, from a coaching standpoint, I'm going to say this. I
Yeah.
think um, it has given me a holistic, insightful, and empowering approach to life, both from a professional perspective as well as a personal perspective. And having a coach enables you to see a bigger picture, reflect deeply, and take ownership of your own path.
Ah, I like the last word that you used, ownership of your own path.
Sure.
So it's not about which path, or it's about your own path.
Correct. Yes.
You discover, you create. And so thank you so much for this insightful conversation. And I learned a couple of new things as you were sharing that. And I'm sure many people who will be listening to this will get benefited from this. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Vikram.
Yeah.